Hello folks, Easy Rider here. Welcome to my next video. Today we're going to install a Garmin 396 to my 2006 BMW RT1200. Even if you don't have a BMW, a lot of what I'm going to cover will be on most bikes anyway. So if you're interested in that, stay with me. And welcome back. Today it's March 19th, 2022. I'm in northern Ohio, be working in my garage. Normally I'd have the door open, but we're having a damn hurricane or something out there. So it'd be too noisy, windy, and rainy. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to hook up a Garmin 396 to my BMW. I already have it hooked into, I have a Garmin 396 hooked into my Africa Twin, my 2019 Africa Twin. But I ended up buying the extra cables and stuff so I could wire it into my BMW. So in a second, I'll turn it around. I'll show you what you all need to get. Now, since I already mounted the GPS to my Honda Africa Twin, I had to buy the power cable, the motorcycle mount, and this, it's called a repair cable, a BMW repair cable. Let's look at that first. That's the part number down there. You can buy these pretty much at any BMW dealership or online. What that cable allows you to do is plug into the auxiliary port that all BMWs have. The GS has them, the Rs have them on all the newer bikes. This is a 3-pin, I don't know if you can see it. It's a 3-pin deal. And I'll show you on the bike where it is. It's a little bit hidden on the RT, and it's a little bit hard to find. It took me a while to find it, but I'll show you exactly where it is on my bike. Maybe a little bit different on your bike. Now, if you don't have a BMW, I'm going to tell you most new bikes, built after 2000, probably have an auxiliary port somewhere. For instance, my wife's, what was it, 2019 or so, Honda 500 Rebel. If you look in the headlight, compartment, there's an auxiliary plug there. Most new bikes have an auxiliary plug somewhere. The next thing you need is a motorcycle mount, and you need the power cable. I bought all of these as a kit, and it came to about, I'm going to say 80 bucks. It's kind of expensive, but you'll see why in a second. And then that cable there was like 15 bucks at BMW. This is what the power cable looks like that comes in that box. I read online that someone said this right here is, it takes 12 volts and puts it down to 5 volts USB power. Do not wire a Garmin directly wired to your battery, 12 volt battery, without using one of these step down transformers, or you'll blow the silly thing up. What I heard is somebody said that these things will, water will get in them. So what I did is I got some silicone seal, and it looks messy, but I sealed this whole unit up. That way, water and crap doesn't get in there. I'll show you where we're going to end up putting that anyway, keep it out of the rain. And it also comes with some extra pieces to hook up, to the ball mount that'll be on your handlebar, which I'll show you in a second. Now, I apologize for the crappy lighting with the garage door down. It's a little bit dark in here. But this is the Garmin setup that I have on my Africa Twin. There's a ram mount on the handlebar, and it goes into this cradle-y thing right there, and that's where your Garmin goes into. The power points are right behind that little rubber tab. You open up the rubber tab, and hang on. You open up the rubber tab, put it here out of the way, and then the Garmin will power up right from there. And then when you're done, take that tab, put it here to keep the water from getting in it. Anyway, I'll make another video on how that happened. A whole lot different than what I'm about to do with the BMW. With the BMW, I already have the ball mount put on. BMW has, well, the RTs have really weird handlebar kind of things. And there is kind of a round spot right here, so I have a U-bolt that I bought at Lowe's because the one that came with the kit was too small. And I'm going to paint this black, and then instead of these screws being open like this, I'm going to buy some acorn nuts for those later. But that's eventually how we're going to get this guy. That'll be where I mount it, just like on the Africa Twin. Now, the BMW, I'm going to have to take off this left side plastic fairing and stuff called Tupperware. And because eventually I'm going to put all that wire right under this part right here so it's out of the rain. While we're doing this, let me show you where that plug is. Like I said, there's a plug on this, an auxiliary plug. Make sure I can get a flashlight in there to show it to you. See if we can get to it. Yeah, like I said, I apologize for the lighting. It's kind of hard to show you where it is. I'll just kind of point my finger at it. It's right down here. It's held down with two tie wraps, and I'm going to take the tie wraps off in a bit, and then it'll be dangling. Let's see if we can get at it from another direction. I think it's easier maybe to see on this side. Shine the light. Shine the light, brother. Shine the light. It's down in there. I've got some pictures I'll pop up too so you can see it. Alright, this is what it looks like without the Tupperware. There are other videos out there that tell you how to take it off. Pretty much it's all T25 screws. It's not really hard to do. Anyway, I'm thinking I'm going to tuck that stuff up right in here. Tuck it up in here on the side of the gas tank. That way it'll stay out of most of the rain. It'll still get a little wet back there, but it shouldn't be too bad. Now that plug, see if I can see the plug. Where is it? There it is, hanging right there. I don't know if you can get at it. If you look up from the tubes, look up the fork tubes, you can see it. It's literally right on that thing that holds up the fairing mount. I just ain't got enough hands to do this. But let me see. It's right up there. You ain't gonna be able to see it. There's the plug dangling right there. See it? See where my light is? Oh shit! It's hard to do with these cameras. Anyway, there's a couple right there. It's a couple tie wraps holding it on. It's hanging underneath that support bracket. I'll loosen it up and then you'll see it. And there's a little booger. I'll get my hand down there. Right there. This little booger right here. Get my finger down there. See a little dangly thing? Right there. A little bit of tape holding it up too. So all we gotta do is pull that plug out, put the new plug in. And there's the plug with the water pluggy thing off it. Next we're gonna hook up all the wires. Alright, right here on the electrical diagram where my finger is, that's the optional accessory socket. Number 1 is brown wire, that's ground. Number 3, that's your power wire. And the one in the middle, which we're not going to use, is pulse or the CAN bus wire. Luckily, that little yellow wire I got from BMW is actually labeled. Saves me a whole lot of guesswork. Alrighty, so now I'm going to solder all them wires together. And here's the cable finally done. Let's see if you could see the numbers. Now you ain't going to be able to see the numbers. Anyway, number 2 I just kind of bent back on itself and heat shrinked it so it's out of the way. And I soldered these wires together and then heat shrunk them. The red power one goes to number 3. I don't think you could see it. And number 1 is the ground. That'll be that black wire over there. So now we're all wired up. Let's just put it all together. Here I taped a little bit of pipe insulation to the bottom of this transducer. And I'm going to hook it up. Yeah, you can't see it. There's a wire loom in there. Let's see, I'll shine the light on it. Shine the light. There's a wire loom right there. See my little tie wrap? I'm going to tie wrap it right to there so it doesn't rattle around in there. And there we go. Got the wires all tucked in, tie wrapped up. Buddy of mine gets mad at me because I use color tie wraps. Says I'm a hillbilly. Anyway, everything worked. I turned it on and it worked. All looks good. Maybe I'll add another tie wrap or two and put it all back together again. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Leave a like. Hope this has been helpful for you. Have a great day.